What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Damn, I'm possessed. What if I could play the accordion too? Simon Phoenix, you look great today. Yeah, I feel good too. Simon says, bleed. Sorry, I was watching Demolition Man earlier. That's my movie. Anyway, I bring you some exciting news in the sport of boxing. The heavyweight division is definitely on the rise. Um, in the last couple of years, it's pretty much been the Klitschko's. Now it looks like there's a little bit more competition. Some people making noise, some old faces, and also some fresher faces. And it looks like Tyson Fury and David Haye has been confirmed. Tyson Fury was awaiting the contract, or we were awaiting the signature from Tyson Fury, and it looks like he signed. I posted a previous video with David Haye. He signed on the dotted line at his gym, and he posted the Instagram video. So I had pictures from that video, and it looks like Tyson Fury follows suit. He wants to fight. The fight will take place in September. Now, for boxing, aside from just the heavyweight division, that means the fall is full of just exciting fights. You got Canelo versus Mayweather. Richard Schaefer said Danny Garcia and Lucas Matisse. He said he's gonna get that done. They're talking about Mike Alvarado versus Ruslan Provodnikov, Pacquiao versus Rios, Timothy Bradley versus Juan Manuel Marquez, Abner Mars and Gonzalez. They're talking about making Mikey Garcia and Rocky Martinez. I'm talking about fight on fight on fight. Gary Russell Jr., Ponce de Leon. I've heard of tons of fights that I want to see. So it looks like 2013. I did a video, what was better, 2012. If all these fights go according to plan, I'll definitely say 2013. I had a lot of fun in boxing in 2012. Pacquiao Rios, or excuse me, Pacquiao Marquez, part 4. That was an exciting fight. Mike Alvarado versus Brandon Rios, the first to counter. Miguel Cotto and Mayweather. There were some great fights in 2012, but this is like a boxing fan's dream. All these fights. Tyson Fury, David Haye. I really want to see this fight because it's going to be a testament for both fighters. Tyson Fury is the loudmouth, younger fighter who's done less in the sport, and he's gigantic. He's a big fighter, so I want to see how he does against someone with a bigger punch. As you guys know, in his last fight, he struggled a little bit early on. I don't know if he got overconfident, but I do know he did get dropped in the second round by a former cruiserweight who was not known for having much power at cruiserweight, let alone moving up to heavyweight. And don't let the muscles fool you. Cunningham is a solid fighter all around, but he looks shredded, but he's not a devastating puncher, if you will. And Cunningham gave him problems and knocked Tyson Fury's big ass down. So that's made people feel he's more vulnerable. It's made people skeptical, and this is his toughest challenge to date. David Haye. David Haye is a person who looked great in his last fight against Derek Chisora. He knocked him out TKO in the 5th round. I don't know how many people were expecting that. A lot of people thought that was a really competitive fight, and David Haye looked good in that fight. Before that, he fought Vladimir Klitschko, and he went the distance. He complained about having a foot injury, but still going the distance with the Klitschko as opposed to getting knocked out like almost everyone else that they fight. It's not so bad to have that loss on your resume. When you lose to a fighter who are known to be dominant, it's not that bad of a loss. Like Robert Guerrero losing to Mayweather, that's not that bad. I mean, Guerrero can still make exciting fights. They're talking about Guerrero and Victor Ortiz, and there's a lot of other fights. Josecito versus Guerrero, I would watch something like that. Marcos Maidana versus Guerrero. He has options. It's when you lose to people you shouldn't lose to, that's where people kind of question where you're at in your career, or consider you washed up when you're getting upset. People like Amir Khan losing to Danny Garcia. He wasn't really supposed to lose to Danny Garcia. He was supposed to beat Danny Garcia, overwhelm him, and move up to 147. Now it looks like he's just moved up to 147. So back to this fight, David Haye, Tyson Fury. I think this is a great barometer. So we could see, is Tyson Fury all that, or is he mostly hype and he's been muscling his way and just wearing people down with his sheer size? Because a fighter like David Haye, he's been in there with the Klitschko's, who, in my opinion, thus far in their career, when David Haye fought the Klitschko, that version of Klitschko was a monstrous fighter, someone who possesses way more boxing ability than I've seen Tyson Fury so far. So if he went the distance with the Klitschko, that's pretty significant. So I don't think Tyson Fury is going to just be able to. I think he has like maybe 20 fights with 15 knockouts, which is pretty good, but I don't think he's just going to be able to overwhelm David Haye the same way he did someone like Cunningham, where he just bullied him, laid on him, and kind of used his size to get over. You're going to actually have to box this dude. You're actually going to have to dodge his shots. It's going to require more boxing and more ability than just overpowering somebody. So I think this is a solid test for Tyson Fury. David Haye, he's 32 years old, which isn't too old, but in the heavyweight division it can be old, especially when you got young, hungry lions trying to take your head off. So I really like this fight. I think it's a fight that makes sense, and this fight is really gonna again let us know where Tyson Fury's at, which is the biggest question. We've already seen David Haye go the distance with the Klitschko. We've already seen him beat Chisora. So it's really more or less a gauge for Tyson Fury. Is he going to end up like David Price? David Price was supposed to be the boxing's heavyweight savior, or Europe's savior, or whatever you want to call it. Tony Thompson upset him, and he said it was a fluke. He just got caught on the neck, and that was the reason he lost. They just rematched, and guess what? Tony Thompson repeated history and TKO'd him again. He just looked gassed. David Price's big ass, he's not all that he was cracked up to be. I told people that from the beginning. Tyson Fury, that remains to be seen a little bit more. But David Price, he's basura. So I really like this fight. I think the timing's good for Tyson Fury. He didn't jump in it too late. And all the trash talking he's done to David Haye, we're going to see if he can back it up. This is one of the times where a loudmouth fighter, he's going to either have to eat his words, or he's going to shut people up and shut critics up. And that's what we're going to see in September. I believe this fight is September 28th. Like I said, it's a fight I want to see. And one of the aspects I really like about this fight, Tyson Fury, David Haye, is the press conferences. Anytime you have certain personality types, certain egos, all in the same room, and you give them mics, you never know what the fuck's going to happen. It's just like Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia, and Zab Judah having a press conference. You know that is a formula for disaster. You know Angel Garcia, I speak the truth. I speak the truth. Like, you know it's going to be bad. So I can just imagine Tyson Fury, his loudmouth, and David Haye, the egos. It's just going to be a clash. So I think it's going to be a fun little fight, fun little build-up to this fight. We also have Klitschko versus Alexander Povetkin. And I like that a lot because these fights are happening right around the same time, which means if both fighters win, whoever wins each fight, hopefully can fight each other. David Haye can get another shot at the Klitschko, or Alexander Povetkin, if Povetkin wins, same thing. You can mix and match the winners of both of those fights, maybe even the losers. So let me know what you guys think. I'm excited. David Haye, Tyson Fury, it's on, going down, Manchester, England. You know what it is, UK, United Kingdom. All right, I'm done. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego. Signing off.